Hey, young world,
This is Ryan.
and this is Carlos, and this is The Blank. New episode. You're listening. Thank you for coming to this week's episode. Ryan, how's your day so far?
Chilling, man.
Yeah?
Straight chilling.
Is that right?
Yeah, it's Thursday, so happy Thursday to everybody. And like Carlos said, thank you for joining us in today's episode kind of thing. I know we're spitting a new episode, which is dope.
Yeah.
I'm super excited today about today's episode.
Uh-oh.
But yeah, man, Carlos, how was your day?
My day was all right. Work from home because that's the procedure now. But after about a year doing it, I'm still not used to working from home, man. I kind of miss the office, but who knows? With everything looking right now, with the numbers going up, I'm getting kind of nervous. I'm really hoping for a summer this summer, but here's to hoping we get them vaccines rolling out,
Yes, 100%.
Yeah. And Dougie, if you're listening, all right, Dougie, let's do this, all right, bruh? I'm trying to go to Caravana and get the things to be wine pond, fam. Let's go. Let's get it. All right. That's my spiel for that. Summer.
Put on a mask. Put on a mask.
Yeah.
Yeah, wear a mask.
Ryan, today's a pretty special day for you.
Why is that?
There is a certain someone who's celebrating his anniversary today.
Anniversary?
Anniversary. The big 1-5, to my understanding. I believe it's been 15 years.
Since what?
Since Food and Liquor.
Oh, yeah. Shit, eh?
Yeah,
Damn.
man.
Yeah, man. Oh, yeah. I was going to say, thank you for reminding me, Carlos. Shout out to Lupe Fiasco. He's doing a live stream tonight, which unfortunately me and Carlos happened to miss because we're recording this episode. But he is doing a live stream. Go support Lupe Fiasco. He's definitely the best out.
Oh, boy.
And check out his merch. Carlos and I both purchased merch, so
he's great. He's great. And Lupe, if you end up listening, if you can spread those sales from the merch this way as well. We're starting up, so but shout out to Lupe Fiasco, one of my all-time favorites for sure. Food and Liquor. If you guys haven't heard the album, please go listen to it, and do not listen to us until you've listened to that album, because you're not doing your life any favors. But yeah, that's it.
But
yeah.
I was gonna say, speaking of rappers,
yeah,
Carlos, rest in peace to DMX.
Yes, definitely. Yes, for sure. DMX was a big part of my childhood. I actually remember watching Get At Me Dog for the very first time on TV. That's a very vivid memory of mine. I remember me and a friend, Anthony, shout out to Anthony if he's listening. I don't know. But me and him used to, dance to his music a lot when we were kids. So DMX was a very big part of my childhood, and it sucks that he had to go. At the same time, it's if he had his family surrounded with him, so it was nice to know that he was gone with in peace. But definitely big shouts out and rest in peace to Darkman X.
I think at least my relation to DMX as being a kid, listening to rap music, I think that Rough Riders was huge. I think that brought in a big aspect, and I think he was my first thinking that motorcycles were cool, because Rough Riders was a big motorcycle thing. And early 2000s, late 90s, those Ninja speed bikes were in all these rap videos and stuff like that. And I think that the Rough Riders almost, at least in my head, started that, that sports bikes were cool. So aside from his music, he created or was a huge part of that culture kind of thing. So, rest in peace to DMX. I wish you the best in whatever afterlife you believe in.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I wish the best for his family kind of thing. So rest in peace, for sure.
For sure. Happy Ramadan to all the Muslim homies out there.
Yes, happy Ramadan for sure. And good luck with the fast.
Yeah.
That's for sure. And
may the power be with you.
Yeah. Also, happy Cambodian New Year.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So for
man.
those who don't know, I happen to be Cambodian in the past life.
Is
But
is that something you can change, or?
I don't know, man. But April 13th every year, Cambodian New Year. I wish you all the best in your new year. You know, so shout out to Cambodia.
Okay. All right. Good stuff. Good stuff. Uh, you know what, Ryan? I wanted to ask your opinion, but I wanted to bring it up. There is a pretty, I don't know if it's still going on, but there's a scandalous video going on YouTube right now called Montero by a dude named Lil Nas X. Have you heard of this dude?
Word. I actually have. Old
Have you
Town
seen the
Road.
video?
Yeah. I actually have seen the video. Have you seen
And
the video?
I have. I have. It's oh boy.
And what do you think?
It's definitely eye popping for sure. It's definitely it grabs your attention from the jump. Sitting through it all the way through was I mean I get the art aspect. I guess the story behind it, it's the theme of the video was like Adam and Eve type thing, and then since he grabbed the apple, goes to hell. And then there's this whole he's going through a bit of controversy with selling his shoes that are all related to Satan. The whole 666 pairs being sold, but they had to be stopped because Nike was like, miss me with all that shit. Praise God all day, every day. That's Nike. But basically, yeah, he's just being controversial. And don't get me wrong, like there's been artists in the past that have the relation to Satan. Your Ozzy Osbournes and AC/DCs. Highway to Hell is like one of the most successful songs of all time. So you can't really hate on the Satan portion. But to be fair to all those rock legends, none of them in their songs or music videos ever grinded or wine pun their tings on Lucifer himself. That I have never seen. That is a new one for me. That took me a minute. That was like, whoa, sir. This okay, but hey, it's a big hit. Apparently, a big hit in Saudi Arabia. Where,
really?
Yeah, like it went #1 there, and apparently, homosexuality is very much illegal there. So that's is Saudi Arabia. The radio stations there are probably like scratching their heads, like, okay. The next song is still Montero. You guys know the laws, but you guys pulled through. But yeah, Ryan, what's your take on Montero?
So I think that I was reading Reddit because I'm not an avid Redditor, but I definitely am on it. But a lot of people were talking about it, so I was like, I might as well go take a look at the video. And indefinitely, there is that argument of being able to kind of separate the art from the artist.
Right.
It's definitely an extreme video, that's for sure.
I mean, it's it's eye popping, man.
Okay, not only popping that, but
Oh, for God's sake! For God's
but I'll be perfect. I don't know. I like that. I think I enjoyed it. I think it was from an art perspective, I think that was very out there. That's for sure. And I like how artists can hit those extremes and make people uncomfortable, kind of thing. So I think that's part of it. Okay. I know there's the whole argument of him being that Old Town Road, singing in front of children, and children love that song, kind of thing.
Right.
But I think that, artists can or should be able to kind of expand or like comfortability on that spectrum, kind of thing. So I think it was great. I think it was good. I think it was definitely uncomfortable. It made me uncomfortable. But I think that was the point. So I'm with it. I support him in that kind of case. And I know that everyone doesn't agree to that, but I'm with it. I liked it.
All right. Yeah, I mean, the artist does have their phase of stepping out. Usually, from Christina Aguilera going from What a Girl Wants to Dirty. Britney Spears going from Hit Me Baby One More Time, which back, to be fair, that kind of is a kind of a risque title. But the lyrics seemed, I guess, poppy back then to Slave, But hey, that's art. You know, you got to take risks sometimes, and Lil Nas X definitely took that road.
Just
But
to well, just to throw it out there really quickly. Sorry to
yeah,
cut you off there, Carlos. But in
no
relation to
problem at all.
like you said, like 3 6 Mafia is one of those things that I always think about.
Yes,
Like
yes,
3 6s, there's that whole thing.
yes,
And
yes,
if you
yes.
listen to any Ghetto Boys from the 90s, in relation to rap, like some of their stuff, like Mind of a Lunatic. Shout out to Alex Tixon because I know he knows what I'm talking about.
Woo!
Um, yeah, man, like some of even Ghetto Boys, some of their lyrics was like outrageous and like just out of this world, like crazy. So any old school Ghetto Boys, and I know they had some of their tracks, which was dope, like straight gangsterism. But
Mm,
like Mind of a Lunatic, if you go really look up those lyrics, and I'm not gonna bring them up because I don't want to say them out loud, but like some of
right.
that stuff is just
We
absolutely
just
nuts.
started our podcast, so
Yeah.
let's not take that risk.
But I just mean like, yeah, in that kind of case, there was way more stuff, like you said, that was involved with the devil and hell and stuff like that. So I don't know.
Risk. Speaking of hell, devil, and scary shit, that brings us to our topic today, which is brrr, the title being obviously, are we afraid of the dark? Are we still afraid of the dark? Sorry. That brings us to our topic, which is fear. Now, the title of the episode being Are We Still Afraid of the Dark is a reference to a 90s TV show that we discussed in our previous episode. If you don't know what we're talking about, seriously, grow up. Grow up. Shame on you. But you should definitely check it out. Let's see. Fear is defined as a natural, powerful, and primitive human emotion. It involves a universal bio. Okay, I'm not going to read the rest of this, but it's yeah, that's basically fear, and that's our topic today. Brian, what are your thoughts on fear?
I think that the funny thing is, Carlos, this episode's actually going to be really interesting. I think that I thought about it over the last couple of days on like what to talk about in relation to fear and like how human beings are going to be able to kind of deal with it and how they deal with it today.
Mm.
And I think it hits home for a lot of people in relation to fear. So I'm interested in today's topic. I think we're going to get into a little bit more depth just to give everyone kind of a disclaimer.
Right.
We get to sit here and talk about the philosophies and talk about how Carlos deals with it and how I deal with it. And the reason why I wanted to talk about this is because we deal with certain things like this every day. So it's going to be exciting. I think that you're in for a ride to be able to kind of hear our personal opinions on what fear is and what it does. So it's good. I'm excited.
Okay. All right. Yeah, fear is I mean, obviously, what person hasn't grown up with some sort of type of fear, whether it's weird now for people to admit the fear that they have, or it's just general things like they're afraid of this dark, or heights or is a big one. But we can delve into the weird ones. Ooh, you know what's a good fear thing that I've just remembered? Remember those Maury episodes where they brought on the guests to discuss their weird phobias?
Yeah, man.
Like the...
Oh my God. I remember like watching that kind of stuff and it was like, yo, mustard. And I was like, yo, like, I'm like, what is scary about mustard? Like, they're like seeds that are grinded up and you put them on hot dogs and shit.
Yeah.
But it's like, what is scary about mustard? I can't say because I'm not scared of it. I fucking love mustard. But yeah, no, those were crazy. Like, what was one of the ones that you remember other than
I remember marshmallows was a big one. I'm like, you know what's weird? They always talk about these weird phobias, but they never described like what started it. Like what is like just describe how it's I don't know. But anyways, that's just I digress about that. But yeah, there was weird ones. Marshmallows was a big one. Feet was another one. Considering the generation that we live in now, that's a whole surprising. Birds, but to be fair, I mean I can understand because some birds are kind of Dude, there are some lethal weapons out there, riding, flying around in this city. Those Canadian geese, just crossing the street. They own the streets and whatnot. We have to wait for them, bro. Dude, we have some wild animals out there. All right, just saying, geese are no joke. But yeah, those are just a select few from those Maury episodes. But those episodes are really funny to me as a kid. But then as I grow older, I just think it's so stupid. And I'm like, there's no way that these people have these phobias. But now it's very much possible that they could. But I don't know like the main stories behind them. They could have like a traumatic experience. And I don't know how it relates to a marshmallow. Maybe the person murdered someone right in front of them as a kid, and then they just like popped up a marshmallow and just be like, "Don't tell anyone." Then they go to the police. I'm the marshmallow kid. He called himself the marshmallow killer. I've been afraid since.
One of the things that Carlson and I were speaking about earlier was, being a kid, and let's say your mom happens to ask you to go get something from the basement. So you run down to the basement, you grab whatever your mom needed you to get, and you run back upstairs, you turn off the lights, and you speed up those stairs like the Flash.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Yeah.
Just because how scary it was knowing about the unknown of a basement and like the darkness of it. So like that was like being a little kid and being scared of that random shit that realistically you shouldn't be scared of because there's nothing there.
Right.
But it's funny being able to kind of talk about fear in that kind of light. So,
well, I mean, I know for me, like media was definitely a big influence into that because I know, like, you'd watch a movie or a TV show as a kid, but everything bad that happened was in the dark. So that's why you try to avoid being in the dark for as much as you can. But that was a speeding up thing I don't know about y'all listening. You can clown me all you want. That lasted for me for quite a while, man. I've been doing that well into my 20s, well into my early 20s. I've been running up, just to this day, whatever. Even if I was working at like my old job, they're like, "Hey, can you turn off the thing as you close up?" Like, you got it. And, I make sure nobody's there. I don't want to do it around my manager or anything. I go to the warehouse, shut the lights, run out as soon as I climb. They run to my car, just, oh my God, oh my God. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, the dark was, I'm not afraid as much now, but the dark was a big one for me. Do you have any big fears, Ryan?
Oh.
Uh-oh.
I was gonna ask you first, man. I think that
you know what?
Yeah. Let's go over here.
I'll go ahead.
And then,
I'll go ahead.
So Carlos, first off, tell me, like, what do you think your biggest fear is? And like expand, please.
I don't know if it's a fear, but it just really creeps me out, and I have a hard time sleeping over it. It's when, how can I explain it? It's like when you take a picture of a real person.
Okay.
And you distort the face.
Okay.
Like it's really like the eyes and it's a really distorted face. Like it's just blasted out. You know how in games there's like glitches where the faces look really messed up?
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about.
That stuff creeps me the hell out.
Why is that?
I don't know. I don't know how it started, but I can't look at it long, or else I'll just like.
Really?
Yeah, that's a big one for me.
Do you have nightmares about it?
I mean, I've definitely woken up in the middle of the night from stuff like that. Like if it's like a person that like I'm tapping them on the shoulder, like, "Hey, man, man, you have $1 or something, man?" Hey, and then he turns around and I'm just like, "What the?" And I wake up and.
That is super creepy now I think about it.
Yes, it's disturbing and terrifying. So then every time I see like pictures on Instagram with stuff like that, I'm just like, oh my God.
I was gonna say, isn't there some sort of like an app that like almost like spins people's faces so it looks like it's like a 360 tornado kind of thing?
That, you know what, that doesn't bother me too much. Like if it's like a spin, but it more so if it's like and if there's like a smile in that thing where it's like the face is like distorted and you can still see like the smile.
Yeah,
that creeps me out.
I can see that being fucking scary. That's kind of weird.
Disturbing. That is disturbing to me. I lose sleep over stuff like that.
And how have you been dealing with it so far?
I don't. I just don't think about it. It's just I try to avoid it at all costs. There are times that it comes up, especially when I'm on Instagram, and I'm not gonna front. That's that gets annoying. That gets there was one point where I was using my phone. I saw a picture, like it was like a slide through picture. I was just sliding through the pictures, and then one of those types of pictures popped up, and I just like threw the phone on the floor. I'm like, God damn it, why? Just pacing back and forth, just whether to consider if I should even pick up the phone again or just get rid of the whole application, like whole Instagram entirely. Yeah, it got bad with that. That's I don't know if it's a phobia, but it creeps me out, and that scares me a little bit.
I wonder if it has something to do with like, reading somebody's face or like being able to kind of understand that like that person has a thing or something like that. I guess like
being unable to know what that person is like.
Yeah,
because like when you read a face, you can tell like what the person's like thinking at the time. I guess like what their mood is. I guess that like what the face like that is like unable to read, and you're not knowing what they're capable of. And 9 times out of 10, that person is a maniac and wants to kill you. So that's why I don't know if that's why it creeps me out, but just every time I look at it, I just like I shake a little bit, and I'm just like, nope.
I had no idea.
Yeah, that is a big one for me. That is a big one for me.
Interesting.
Yeah, you opened Pandora's box today, man. Yeah, that's a big one for me. What about you, man? Did I throw you through a loop of that?
Yeah, no, 100%. I had no idea. Really? I definitely feel you on that one in relation to faces. And like, for the people who know me close and the people who've known me pretty much my life, I hate clowns. And I think clowns probably plays into that whole reading the face of a person kind of thing. I think that all of that makeup and that fake smile that those guys happen to have, I think that's the scariest shit ever. Like absolutely ever. And just to give you a story of when I was younger, it was this Ontario Science Center. So shout out to the Science Center in Toronto. It's a beautiful place.
Well, do we? I mean, something must have happened if you're going to tell this story.
Definitely go check out the Science Center. But just to get into the story very quickly, my mom's, shout out to my mom, and my little brother, we were at the Science Center. I was probably about like 9, I think, or 8 years old or something like that. And they used to have this clown that was making just balloons for kids in the entrance. So before you got in and went to go look around and learn a bunch of shit, there was this huge ass clown, and he was fucking scary looking, and he would just walk around to like random kids and then give you a balloon and like try to talk to you and shit. And I remember just being like, yo, stay away. My mom's at the line buying tickets. Like, leave me alone. And he just wouldn't fucking leave us alone.
Oh.
So I think that's where the trauma comes from, because it was fucking scary as hell. I still remember what he looks like. He had a full white face with pink lipstick and bright purple hair. Freaking Krusty the Clown looking dude.
Well, to be fair, you also described Katy Perry in some of her videos.
But yeah, man, clowns, I think are definitely the worst thing. And I'm not gonna hate on them because they still got a job to do as well, and I'm sure that they make people laugh. So
I love how you have to just
shout out the clown to say, they still have a life to live. They still got work to do. So I'm with you, but stay away
if you get near me,
stay away from me.
You're gonna get these hands. Yeah. You don't want no smoke with me.
And every time I still wear running shoes to the fucking Ontario Science Center just in case. God, man. That shit's fucking scary.
He's the dude doing some stretches before he enters. Oh man, is it really that bad to this day too? Because I know in high school we used to give you crap about it like a lot.
Oh yeah, are you kidding me? I remember back in high school, these guys all threatened to show up on my birthday in all clown suits. And for those who don't know me, I got a lot of friends. And all of these guys, there's probably at least like 10 of them or 15 of them at the time, they all threatened to show up to my house in a clown suit on my birthday. So thank you very much, jerks.
I think the funniest thing was me and Ryan were in a group together in English class. I think it was 10th grade, and we were told to choose any book that we wanted to do. And
Oh
we
God.
chose, and the book of topic was Stephen King's It.
God, I don't know why I agreed to that. It was the stupidest thing I've done.
Oh my god, dude! You have to admit that was a like I didn't. I know for a fact I didn't finish that book, so I don't even remember how we did in that class. But that was a very interesting book for the first few pages.
Oh, we definitely. Well, I remember I passed because to Jenny when Jenny
Oh
was in
yeah,
the group. So
Jenny was
shout out to
a
Jenny
yeah.
and
She was the lifesaver for sure.
and but yeah, she saved us in that one. But yeah, that book was very interesting, but very scary at the same fucking time. And
Sure.
you know, because back in high school, if you don't want to read the book, you watch the movie.
Yes.
You hope there's a movie that you can at least write your paper on.
Right.
So we all got together at my house and watched the movie. And I think I was hiding behind a pillow the whole time.
That is a fact. We were all sitting upwards, and Ryan was literally the only one laying down, hiding behind a pillow. That is a fact. And the movie wasn't even. I didn't find it that scary. Have you seen the new It?
No, I haven't even watched it. I'll be honest with you. I literally could care less about that movie. Fuck that
Oh,
movie.
whoa!
Well, I hope it did well. Like I'm sure that it's probably an entertaining movie, but I'm just not willing to watch fucking clown movies. Like fuck all that.
You're in such an insult / keep up the good work type of.
You're doing a good job, man. Shout out to Stephen King. You're doing a good job.
Oh boy, it's actually a pretty good movie, man. I think you should check it out sometime.
I'm good on all that.
You don't think that one day we should just watch it and then talk about it on the podcast?
I don't even want to talk about this anymore.
It's wow. It's for the fans, man.
God, man. God, fuck all that, man.
What's okay? I mean, so wait, hold on. I know you're a big Simpsons fan.
Oh yeah.
Does Krusty the Clan? Oop, that's the wrong Simpsons show I'm talking about. Krusty the Clown, does he give you the creeps?
No.
No.
I don't know why there's that distinct. I think it's only in clown people are in person.
So animation doesn't really.
Actually, funny story. The latest experience I had with a clown, this is before COVID. I was at a young girl's birthday party. She's a family friend. I think she was turning 10. So her dad decided to hire a clown to come, and he was just making balloons and stuff like that. But I couldn't be in the same proximity with him. I think I chain smoked a whole bunch of cigarettes outside
the
birthday party just because I didn't want to be around there. I was like, screw that. And then I remember like some of the other kids are like, Ryan, like, you don't want a balloon? I'm like, no, fuck all that. Fuck that balloon. But yeah, no.
Man, that's interesting.
Something about clowns are just not with it.
So apparently you have colorophobia. That's the fear. Yeah. Are you a proud colorophobic?
Chlorophobia. Or something like that.
Here are some. I'm looking up some strange phobias right now. Just in the topic of fears, because Ryan, you're not alone when it comes to fears, sir. You know. So let's just take a look. Ergophobia. It is a fear of work or the workplace. Isn't that all of us, to be honest?
Definitely.
Somniphobia, also known as hypnophobia. It is the fear of falling asleep.
I've never even heard of that.
That's interesting. So like when you're watching a boring movie in class, and once you have that little tick there, you just wake up screaming in the middle of the. Oh boy, yeah, that'd be interesting in high school. What's it? Chaetophobia. Although it's the fear of loose or detached hair.
Oh, I think I've heard of that one.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, that's super weird though. Are they just like picking at their hair because you're scared of it? Is that what it is?
I think what it is, yeah. So if it's like loose or if it's almost detached, like they'll just pick it out.
Oh, yeah, that's weird.
And then they end up looking like Sherman Hemsley from is it Good Times?
Easy credit, Briffos.
Good Times. Let's see.
But Carlos,
yeah.
Sorry, I mean, I was gonna say takeaways, man.
Takeaways? Yeah.
In relation to fears in general, or this episode, whatever you want to get out to our listeners, what are some takeaways in relation to fear? Whether it's how you deal with it.
I mean, everyone has their phobias, like little quirky, little silly phobias. I mean, it's up to you if you want to get over them, or if you want to avoid them. It's up to you. I know even like creepy faces aside, like there is also a bit of fear of the whole failing aspect, or getting out of your comfort zone. I know that was a big one for me. So I mean, if it's something in terms of like the social aspect where it'll interfere with you achieving what you want in your life, try to work on it, conquer it, and don't dive in it all the way, but take time, and don't let silly fears like that stop you from doing what you want. Because at the end of the day, you only live once, and that's the motto, freaking YOLO, and we bought it every day. But really, truthfully, just achieve what you want. If you have a dream, go for it. Get over the fears and strive for perfection.
I love
Carlos, over and out.
Love it. That was beautiful, by the way.
Oh, thank you. I have to thank who's this person on Reddit that wrote that? No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. That was on me. Ryan, what's your takeaway, sir?
So this is where I thought about a lot of what I was going to say in relation to any kind of takeaways in relation to this episode, but I was actually talking it over yesterday, and I really, really thought about it, and I would like to say that honestly, I don't think I'm scared of anything at the moment. Like as an overall sense, I think that
really,
yeah, I think that part of like my internal philosophy for myself, and I would consider myself somewhat of a stoic, where really at the end of the day, everything it is what it is, and I think that's the kind of the motto that I happen to live by, as a simple sense. So whether it is the dark or failure or the loss of something, even just the value in life kind of thing, I think that it is what it is at the end of the day. I think that there's some things that you just can't control when it comes to your fears. And the more that you allow those fears to kind of overtake your day or your thought process, I think the worse that it is. So the more that I wouldn't want to say defend, but just convince yourself that some of these things are out of your control and it is what it is, it makes life a lot easier. And I think that I've been like chilling ever since, since I started kind of thinking this way. So I would like to say I'm not really worried about anything ever. So, and as weird as that sounds, it almost feels true, because certain things when I was younger, or even like 5 years ago, don't scare me as much as they used to, or at all, realistically. So I'm with it. It is what it is,
Wow.
And that's kind of my takeaway. So I know I can't give as much of a motivational speech as Carlos did, because that was beautiful. But
thank you.
It is what it is.
Wow. Well then, man.
That's what I'm going with.
Something else.
But
yes,
I do want to say for everyone who's listening, we were actually going to do a whole ad on this, but I just wanted to shout out our Instagram, which is the blank 416. Yeah. DM us. Let us know what your fears are, and what you're most scared of, and how you kind of deal with certain things. We would love to be able to hear it. What's our Gmail, Carlos?
Our Gmail is theblank416@gmail.com. So please email if you have any questions that you want answers to. Again, me and Ryan want to go on record to say that we are not very qualified to be providing life solutions, but we will try our hardest. So if you want to shout, send us a quick note, say hello, or if you have any topics on, if you have any thoughts on the topics that we've discussed in the past or in our near episode, or in our current episodes, send us an email. theblank416@gmail.com. Or if you are too young to be watched or listening to this, or that's another fear of mine. What's it? Ephibophobia, which is a fear of teenage. So teenagers, if you are listening to us, please grow up. Okay, grow up.
So this is Ryan.
And this is Carlos. And this is The Blank. Fill it in.
Dope.